Welcome to Arkology.
Oh, that was good. I thought it was a soundboard.
We got to go on the title page right here. So next, I think we're doing. Oh, it's not even on this one. It's on the updated version. We could do the 2-day work week. Arkology's promise. I love this one.
Yeah, let's do that.
134.
And does this also cover the school week?
No, the school week's 3 days. It covers the working week.
It's only a 3-day school week? That sounds amazing.
Yep. Uh-huh.
The parents work 2 days a week and the kids go to school 3 days a week. So the parents are always getting 1 day a week to themselves, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Wait, how does that work? Like, are they with the kids? Okay, explain. Sorry.
So every business will be different. And I'm assuming schools will do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But they could do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Did you just poo? Stop.
So this one has 2 charts. So I guess I could explain the chart. You can see my mouse, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's important.
Wait. Move it?
It's moving. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It's very small. I wish it was glittery. Like my website. Then you could easily see it. Okay, we're going to get started. The 2-day work week. This is the ultimate promise of Arkology. We look at the numbers below. So we have traditional society, $30 an hour, 30% income and payroll tax. I think Canada's higher than that, right?
No.
It's about the same.
What's your name?
Dollar after tax, $21 an hour times 40 hours a week. Total monthly income, $3,300 from labor. We have our rent/mortgage, $1,800 a month. This is just like some estimate that I kind of pulled out of nowhere. Car costs, this is assuming like a new vehicle. Used would be cheaper, but this is assuming new. $800 a month. This is your mortgage assistance from Arkology, 0. UBI from Arkology, 0. Profit sharing from Arkology, 0. This adds up this column to negative $2,600 a month. You add it to the $3,300 a month. You get your income after car and mortgage paid, $760 a month. Divide by 30 to get dollars per day for food and savings. You get $25 a day for food and savings. The zeros on the right-hand side of the chart are devastating, as well as the 30% tax. Now we look at an Arkology version. Same exact wage, $30 an hour, with an income payroll tax of 0%. So our after-tax income is $30 an hour. We have our 2-day work week, 20 hours. We get total income, $2,400 a month. Rent and mortgage, about the same. But our car cost is $50 a month because we're getting shared golf carts. So the shared golf carts take.
Do we get around by golf cart?
Yeah, you drive around the streets on a golf cart. Yeah, 15
But no
miles.
cars needed then.
The speed, the top speed for cars is 15 miles an hour. For roads, the speed limit is 15.
Whoa. Is that because we're inside and we're not going very far?
Yeah, even at 15 miles an hour, you're gonna get to your destination in like 3 minutes. There's no highways. There's no need for a highway.
What if you want to leave the city to go to the beach for the day, or,
So included in this $50 a month, you would have access to real cars, regular cars that are parked on a first floor parking lot. So you go to the first floor, there's a parking lot on your first floor, and then you just hop in any vehicle you want and drive to your destination.
Okay.
So you share the golf carts and you share the cars on the first floor parking lot.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So then your mortgage assistance, as we talked about in the last chapter, is $1,200 a month, 1/6 of the total budget. Your UBI, this is based on your age. At age 40, it's $800 a month, or like around there, something like that. So this is assuming you're middle-aged. If you're young, it's going to be lower. If you're old, it's going to be higher. So 800 is the average. This is your articles of syndication profit sharing. This is hourly based on how many hours you work. If it's part-time, based on the profitability of your corporation, you're going to be making like $500 to $750 a month extra. So if you're working at a profitable company, you're going to make more. If you're working at a company that kind of sucks, you're going to be making less off this. And then the more hours you work, the more profit sharing you get. So you add all these up on the right-hand side, you have plus 900 compared to the minus 2,600 up here. And then your total income on the left-hand side goes down $1,000, but that's okay because you add these up and you get $3,300 a month compared to the $760 up here. Divide by 30 for the dollars per day, and you get $110 a day. So like 4.5 times more money, disposable income, and you're working half the hours. So the right-hand side of the chart is now filled with benefits, redistribution of wealth from wealth taxes, and the profit sharing of the articles of syndication. The UBI and mortgage assistance alone is $2,000 a month, equal to 60% of the traditional laborer's after-tax income. Also note, the Arkology citizen is saving $750 a month on transportation costs. And what isn't shown here is an additional $200 a month in utility savings, heat and air conditioning. Because the Arkology is very thermally efficient. Heating and cooling is much, much lower. So you save an additional $200 a month on heating and cooling.
Does any of that have to do with the fact that it's like the shape that it is?
It's because it's compact. It's all dense. It's all compact together.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's squished together.
It's like a kind of almost a honeycomb shape, right? And I thought that was very efficient.
Yeah, well, it's because you share walls and ceilings with people. That's why. Okay. The physical structure of the Arkology architecture is saving each Arkology citizen nearly $1,000 a month. You will notice that the daily surplus is much higher in Arkology despite working half the hours. Average grocery costs in the USA are $430 a month per person, or $14 a day, leaving the traditional worker with just $11 a day in excess funds. He's broke, while the Arkology worker maintains $96 a day. With such a large surplus in Arkology, it's likely that your spouse would not be forced to work, while collecting an additional $800 a month in universal basic income. In traditional society, both adults are forced to work or else the family could not survive financially. This requires an additional vehicle at $800 a month, add daycare for kids at $1,400 a month, and paying an additional 9 times 160 equals $1,440 in taxes per month, for a total of $4,000 in expenses: car, daycare, tax, and groceries. Keep in mind your spouse working only brings in $4,800 a month, so $4,000 in additional costs is only $730 in profit, or $4.50 per hour worked. Despite making $30 an hour, your take home is $4.50. An Arkology spouse brings in $800 minus $430 equals $370 a month without working a single hour. So $730 working full time, $730 a month in the status quo society, and then in Arkology not working at all, you could bring in $370. So the Arkology promise is even better than the front page suggests. Oh, the front page of the book. I should clarify that. It's kind of confusing. Arkology workers labor 2 days per week and their spouse doesn't have to labor at all. Traditional society requires 40 hours a week times 4 weeks times 2 adults equals 320 hours of labor per family per month. Arkology requires 20 hours a week times 4 weeks times 1 adult, or 80 hours of labor per family per month. 1/4 of the labor. This could have an unintended effect of raising... I guess it is intended. I shouldn't have said unintended. This could have an intended effect of raising wages, since financial desperation tends to decrease wages, not increase them. Supply and demand. Lower supply or less desperation leads to higher prices. Does that make sense?
Higher prices?
So if less people are looking for hours or seeking employment, then it raises wages because there's less of a pool of workers to choose from.
Oh, okay.
So as people become wealthier, wages increase. Entire books
Oh,
could be...
sorry. What are we talking about here?
We're talking about wages going up because people are less poor.
Okay.
So if you're desperate, you're willing to work for less. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And if you're not desperate, you're going to demand a higher wage. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, but what does this mean for like Arkology? Sorry, I might have missed that.
Right here, a family has to work 1/4 of the hours to survive.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, I
that's-
wondered when you spouse, that doesn't have to be a parent, even without children. Does that apply?
Gay couples are fine if that's what you're asking.
What is an
I mean,
Arkology spouse?
I don't know. Whoever you
Do they-
want. Just whoever you want. Whatever. I'm not going to like to... It's not up to me who you live with. Husband and wife, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not like you don't get a spouse benefit until there's children involved. You get it right away?
Yeah, universal basic income is universal, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
It's actually $30,000 over 3 years, so it's not very... It's actually quite significant.
It's quite what?
You get $30,000 per kid over 3 years.
Wait, I thought you had to pay to have kids. Like, I thought you
So
get taxed.
there's child taxes too, but that's over... The child taxes are over a lifetime. The child benefits is the first 3 years. It's a little weird because you're paying to have a child, and then the government's paying you to have a child, so it's kind of confusing.
Why do you need both? Like,
Because the child taxes go up progressively as you have more kids. So if you have 5 kids, you're paying out the ass. You're paying like $2,500 a month. But the maternity benefits are only for the first 3 years, and they're for every kid.
so do you not want people to have many children? Are you trying to lower the population?
The
Or
goal
what?
is 2-child households. That's the goal.
Okay.
So I want more than 0 and less than 4.
So like nuclear families.
Yeah, that's the goal. Like blowing them up.
Yeah.
It's understandable. A lot of people use both.
What? I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay,
I don't hear a difference.
Let's continue. Entire books could be written on the positive effects these numbers could have on mental health,
Cute.
cultural output, and family bonds. Couple this with the tribal treaty and the communal blueprints, and you start to get an idea of how blessed life in Arkology would truly be.
Nuclear.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's nuclear. if you look at the word.
Nuclear. Oh. It's okay.
So that's the end of the third chapter. I'm going to hit the restroom real quick. You guys can discuss.
It sounded good. I don't know. I like some things about it. It sounds like it would be very, like communal focused. Which seems nice. Like the communal focus. Like the sense of community and not being isolated. Like in contrast to how we live in a big way in the modern world, you know.
Yeah, we picked 3 really good chapters. They harmonized with each other really well.
I liked that 3-person house. That was a neat idea.
Now you have to combine that, mentally combine it with the 2-day work week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we could have a sanctuary unit, like what do we call them? Communes? You were using that word.
Yeah.
It is communism, literally.
Community. Thank you for that word.
Community.
My mind
Community.
Community. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it is a
Oh,
very triggering word. A lot of propaganda around that word.
Yeah. I mean, socialism as well. It's like it's made because we're social. It sounds to me very similar, you know.
Ooh, I got 2 more ideas for chapters. This is fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yay.
So we could do the end of capitalism as we know it, or investing in the home team.
I want to hear the end of capitalism. That's my vote.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Okay, we'll go with this one. If you have been reading closely, you may have noticed that stock investing is not present in investing in the home team. That was the one I wanted to read too. Or the articles of syndication, or the vault. So the articles of syndication is the worker cooperative. It determines the ownership of corporations right here. And then the vault is establishing the founding document for a credit union.
What is a credit union? We have credit union banks around here.
So a credit union is a bank that's owned by the depositors of the bank. So if you deposit money into the bank, you become a shareholder.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they're brilliant. I love them.
The only thing I didn't like and why I didn't join with a credit union was because you can only have like a student status if you're 25 years or younger, which I was just like, people go back to school, like, and they can be a starving student at any age. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's kind of discriminatory. So stock trading, it is replaced with Arkology construction bonds. You know what a bond is, right?
Somewhat.
A bond is the opposite of a mortgage. You pay money and then you get a payment every month.
Okay.
You buy the bond for like $1,000 or like $10,000, and then whoever owes you that money pays you every month. It's the opposite of a mortgage. So stock investing is replaced with Arkology construction bonds, Arkology mortgages, and revenue-based financing, or RBF.
Wow.
These financial instruments are, 1, far less speculative, 2, expire at a certain date for bonds, mortgages, and amount of returns for RBF, and 3, capital goes directly where it's needed, unlike today's stock, where capital goes towards existing shareholders. Not
I feel like you're
the corporation
advertising right
itself.
now.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to sell. This is the financial system, so I'm not selling stock. I'm doing the opposite of selling stock. Yes, when you invest in NVIDIA, it doesn't go towards making more GPUs or designing the next chip architecture. It goes towards pushing up the value of the stock and thus enriching existing shareholders. Outside of investing in an IPO, your capital misses the corporation you are investing in entirely. A lot of people don't know that. They think when they buy shares in a stock, they're actually investing in the corporation. They're not. They're enriching the shareholders of the corporation. So the stock market is completely flawed. It's completely bullshit. So why do we use this clearly indirect, clearly unstable, clearly inferior form of investment? Because of what I call the cult of number go up. We have all these people watching the stock chart go up. Oh my gosh, the number's going up! The number's going up! Oh!
Yeah, that's definitely a true thing that's happening.
Yeah, it's a cult. It's fucked up, actually, if you think about it. Trillions of dollars, hundreds of trillions of dollars. Bonds and revenue-based financing do not have a price chart that changes every day. These investments are missing that rush of adrenaline and dopamine.
As insufficient.
Investors, or gamblers, get when they see those sweet, lovely green candlesticks.
To the state medical board, police.
My son's into stock investing, and I sent him this essay. Think of the amount of mental energy we put into these charts, into number go up. We gamble our life savings on the hope that number go up. And when number go down, there's a global crisis. Banks go bankrupt. Businesses lay off millions. Individuals who lost everything in the crash descend into a decade-long quiet depression, blaming themselves instead of the flawed system of the stock market. And then, when people think of safe investments like bonds, they mostly think of treasury bonds, whose capital goes into a $40 trillion black hole. Their capital goes towards productive endeavors like bombing poor goat herders in the Middle East, or towards CIA black budgets, or towards interest payments on the rest of the outstanding treasury bonds, a sign of imminent bankruptcy. Because you're going into debt to pay the interest payments. That's a sign of bankruptcy. That's what the government does. If the 20-acre ark, which is another chapter in the book, is $1 billion each and housing 5,000 people. This actually should be 10,000. I need to increase this to 10,000. If the 20-acre ark is $1 billion each and houses 5,000 people, our $40 trillion national debt could have financed the construction of 40,000 of these mini arks, building all of the necessary school, hospital, road, commercial, industrial, residential real estate for 200 million people. Because you do 40,000 times 5,000, you get 200 million. Will the elimination of stock speculation result in the elimination of the dreaded boom and bust cycle? Many signs point to yes. The use of gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Arkology also eliminates inflation, thus resulting in a much lower interest rate on Arkology bonds. It is estimated that 4% of the 6% current mortgage rate exists to compensate for the inflation rate, which averages at nearly 4% over the last 40 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because they need to account for inflation in their interest rate. Because the value of their money is going down over time. So they need to charge more on your mortgage because their value of the money is going down over time.
Right.
So that's 2/3 of your mortgage interest. Therefore, in Arkology, the mortgage rate could be as little as 2%. 2% mortgages, no inflation, no stock market crashes, direct investment into local worker-owned corporations, depositor-owned banks. What's not to love about this new Arkology financial system? The hardest part is abandoning the cult of number go up.
Do you have a video for that number go up concept?
I have like 1 or 2 AI videos of it. Yeah, it's really funny. Here, let me look that up. I'll find that for you. Here's a meme I made a long time ago.
In the side chat?
In the side chat, yeah.
Thank you. Oh, that's funny. I do remember having a mortgage once at like 1.89%.
Wow, that's nice. Good for you. In Canada, don't they have only variable mortgages, though? There's no fixed mortgages?
No, we do have a fixed rate.
Oh, I must have read that somewhere and believed it. That Canada only has variable.
At least, the last time I heard anything, which is when I re-signed when I got my mortgage 2.5 years ago, we still had fixed rate mortgages. I don't know if anything has changed.
I must have read some YouTube comment or something and believed it.
It happens.
Here's a AI number go up meme.
My gosh. You miss Sora?
This is someone else's content that I really enjoyed. The GDP fans.
But number go up. Yeah.
But big number go up. Oh, actually, that's another thing I need to write an essay about, or a chapter about, is GDP being bullshit.
A chapter about that?
Yeah, I have to write a chapter about that. I've done YouTube videos on it, but I haven't wrote a chapter on it yet.
And what are you averaging 3 chapters a day right now or something?
Two chapters a day. But when I get the idea in my head, it's like within 24 hours I get it done.
Amazing.
So a good title would be GDP. I don't want to say GDP is bullshit. That's stupid. GDP, the false metric, or the illusion of wealth.
Ooh.
I like that. GDP, the illusion of wealth. I like that.
There you go.
So we might do one more and then call it a night.
Okay.
That'd be 5 essays or 5 chapters. I always call them essays. It'd be 5 chapters in one day. One night. That's a lot. Let's look at the table of contents for a good one.
You know how I keep comparing you to the Alexander Hamilton thing? Essays is the word that they used in the story as well when they wrote those.
No
51
way.
essays.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he wrote 51. Yeah. Yeah, they're called essays. A series of essays.
Because an essay is like 5 pages, right? Or something? 3 pages?
Sounds correct.
We could do Liquid Democracy Redesigning Congress.
That might be good because we keep referencing that in the chat. It would be good to have the foundations of it. So.
Yeah, I'd love talking about Liquid Democracy.
All right.
It's live at Arkology.org.
Now live.
And what's crazy is not only are all of the AIs are trained on what Liquid Democracy is, so they all know about it. But Claude was able to turn it into code in 2 prompts. Turn it into functioning code in 2 prompts. So like I think in this chapter, I estimate that it would take 2 weeks to create Liquid Democracy, but it's actually 2 prompts, so like an hour.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so to permanently convert our entire society into Liquid Democracy, it would take about an hour.
Holy cow.
Yeah, fucking crazy. Okay, page 59.
Okay. 859.
Oh my gosh, it's not lined up. What is this? That's a crisis. It's not lined up. Liquid Democracy, Redesigning Congress, How It Works and Its Benefits.
Come on.
Does anyone else want to read it? I'm kind of tired.
Sure. For decades, many have been aware of the gridlock and corruption of the U.S. Congress. Our representation seems ineffective, and oftentimes non-existent. How does the citizenry
Yeah.
make their voices heard? Petitions are ignored. Social media is simply screamed into the void. Congressmen are almost always elected by the masses voting along party lines. So there is no real debate or discernment happening at the congressional level. Your congressman is simply an empty suit, free to vote via lobbyist influence in support of the banking class, war machine, etc. The best solution to this dilemma is one which not widely known or discussed. This solution is liquid democracy. First theorized in 1884 under the news system. Citizens endorse any citizen to essentially become their congressman and vote for them, whether they are running for office or not. No gathering signatures
and filling out paperwork, no struggle to be noticed during primary, no rule by 51% based on citizens blindly voting along party lines, the traditional electoral process where reform goes to die is discarded entirely. Is that... You want me to keep going?
Creatrix, you want to go?
Okay.
It's from a little choppy.
Make the screen bigger here. Okay. Famous influencers and political commentators would inevitably stand to gain the most during this transition to liquid democracy, as their viewers would select whomever most eloquently discusses solutions to the biggest issues of the day. Moreover, when controversy arises, these same commentators can lose influence just as quickly as citizens switch their endorsements in real time. This is simply not possible with our present system. Your congressman is whoever wins 51% of your district, and you most likely have never heard speak. You don't know what he believes, what he supports, what solutions he was sent to Washington to implement. He is just another yes man.
Now, what's a congressman? Is that like someone that you're voting?
They make the laws.
Okay.
They tell 350 million people what to do.
Okay.
A corrupt, empty suit sitting in Washington to vote in favor of the Democrat or Republican agenda. That's what a congressman is. Right here, that's what a congressman is.
Well, I knew that definition after reading it.
The old, tired status quo solution to poor congressional representation is to simply vote them out. That's what everyone always says. But this only works when a critical mass of your district, number one, feels the same way, and number two, is driven enough to research an alternative political candidate running in the same district. What are the chances of that? And three, votes in the primary, which is often a random day which must also be researched. And number four, remembers to vote on that primary day. All four of these tasks must be carried out by hundreds of thousands of citizens in your district, and only then will you have successfully voted out one politician out of 535. What a bullshit system is that? Holy crap. So this must happen 267 plus times, because you have to get over 51%, involving hundreds of thousands of strangers in each case, to have the system simply respond to one issue that the public is upset about or needs addressed by Congress. What? This is why nothing ever changes.
That's cool.
This is why grave issues can remain unaddressed for decades, why the wars never end, why the housing crisis has been with us for 20 years, and not a single piece of legislation has been passed to address it. Why we still have a universal basic income of exactly $0, even with the looming threat of AI destroying millions of jobs as unemployment rises. Why taxes always seem to slowly go up. Why the national debt always seems to rapidly go up. Liquid democracy, in contrast, would account for near-perfect representation within weeks of its implementation. Every individual is represented by exactly who they choose. That's the big one right there. That's the huge... This is all you need to know right there. With 1 million plus choices to choose from. The traditional electoral system gives you less than 5 individuals to choose from in the primary, and oftentimes only one choice in the general election. Yeah, I looked up my primary, and I had 1 Democrat and 1 Republican. And then I live in a Democrat district, so the Democrat always wins. So I had one choice to vote from.
What is a Democrat versus a Republican?
So a Democrat is basically like more socialists, but they're generally corrupt and stupid. And then a Republican like always wants to go to war and they hate the poor people.
Okay, so it's like liberal and conservative kind of.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
you would call it.
Yeah. They're both bad.
Yeah. They kind of mirror each other. Like
By design,
in
right?
kind
By
of
design.
opposite. Yeah. But I feel like the average person is kind of maybe somewhere in between those two.
Well, there's actually another chapter in the book that said how many the title chapter
Mhm.
is how many political systems are there? And the answer is like 20,000. So there's 20,000 political systems and we're only given an option of 2.
Uh-oh, I might be pissing off some bats right now. Is that a bat? I better leave.
You're leaving.
No, I'm sitting. I think I have to leave because since I've been sitting here, I don't know if you can hear the bat, so I think it's a bat. I don't want to get bit.
Oh, now they want to run.
I don't think you'll get bit.
Hey, look, y'all are cool. I don't know about those new guys over there, but you two are.
Never know.
In the status quo, even though you're given a few choices, your vote and influence is still at the mercy of the majority. This is not the case in liquid democracy. Your influence always matters. Your representative cannot lose an election, and their concerns and solutions die along with their campaign. Liquid democracy is perfect for the age of the internet and social media, where anyone can upload hour-long conversations and debates to be viewed by the public. It only makes sense to couple this communication network with a political network that gives those same people the ability to harness political influence, ultimately becoming neo-congressmen themselves.
What is neo-congress?
It's like everyone you vote for in liquid democracy is a congressman. So that's what I just used the word neo-congressman. Here are some wild estimates for who will gain political power under liquid democracy. The exact numbers are... Okay, I actually need to delete this paragraph. This paragraph is... I had a picture that had a bunch of influencers on it. And it was like kind of trolling. I need to delete this. This is garbage.
Were they good influencers?
The number one was Nick Fuentes was the number one congressman.
Never heard of him.
He's a Gen Z troll, basically.
And you're promoting it as a good thing?
He's smart, but he's not polite or like he's definitely not polite, and he's definitely like racist and sexist too. That's why I got rid of the picture, but I didn't get rid of this paragraph right here. Notice how instead of having an equal 1 out of 435th, that's the members of Congress, 435, of the total vote as congressmen do in the status quo, the influencers have 9.2% and 7.7 and 7.1, etc. This reflects the new reality of every single individual being accounted for mathematically by the vote strength of their chosen representative. Yup, it's all about vote strength. It's not about votes, it's about vote strength. Totally different power dynamics when compared to our present two-party politics. Two-party politics is all the Republicans versus all the Democrats. It's 51% versus 49%. It's bullshit. That's what we have now.
I feel like I'm getting like a lesson on politics.
You are, yeah, and capitalism, and communism, and all the other stuff.
None of it I like.
Liquid democracy would result in surprising, unpredictable coalitions, voting on unique and important legislation. Long gone would be the stale, oppressive days of 215 Democrats voting against 220 Republicans, right? There it is. with Republicans having absolute legislative power. What a bullshit system. Such scenarios foment anger and discontent among the population, and every election fans the flames of conflict and even thoughts of civil war. There it is. That's exactly what we were talking about. Traditional electoralism is a 250-year-old system, devised by men with handwritten letters or newspapers, taking weeks to deliver, as the only form of remote communication. It is time to embrace a system which fits our present distributed digital political landscape. It is time for liquid democracy to take over Congress. We would see a flurry of profound and impactful legislation, a new era of solutions and mobilization, and a fresh new optimism spread across the country. Can you imagine a world where our favorite podcasters actually had power? Where they control the federal purse strings, the budget? Where they and their audience weren't left begging to be heard? Liquid democracy is how this happens and is easy to implement in our digital age. There it is. Beautiful.
Wow. So is that what you actually want to live in? Like, it's what I'm hearing.
It's live on my system. It's already live.
What does that mean?
Like that.
It means I could endorse you as my representative, and your vote strength goes up by 1. Right now, I could do it. Here, do you want to see it right now?
Are you gonna do that?
Okay, watch. Go to my website right here.
Welcome to Arkology.
Here's
Check
Creatrix.
out our 30-minute walkthrough, our YouTube channel.
And then you go to personal info, you go to liquid democracy, and then do you remember your res number? I don't know your res number.
11, I bet you.
I'm asking Hope. Do you remember your res number?
Oh, did I pick it? Or was it assigned to me?
It's automatic. It's a sequential.
Hold on, let me look.
I could probably find right here.
I definitely saved it.
It doesn't say on this one.
Arkology. 353.
Okay, I type in 353 right here.
Mm-hmm.
Hit endorse. I've just endorsed you on Liquid Democracy. Your vote strength went up by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Serena Toskino.
And then you can just take it back and you can put it somewhere else if that person says something that you didn't like.
You can look at you can view their ballot, and you can also remove it and change it anytime you want.
It's like tsunami.
Tsukino?
Yeah.
Tsukino?
Giant bikini?
You can change that, right?
You currently have 4 vote strength right here. You're number 3 on the most influential people in the society.
What's that mean?
So when you vote, your vote strength is 4. You're voting with the strength of 4 people.
Is that fair? Doesn't sound fair to me.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's a very interesting concept. Like, of course, it seems like it's impossible, or like, I don't know what the word is, but mostly volatile and kind of, I don't know, makes you queasy. Like, I feel like you'd have.
Why would it make you queasy? You're getting represented by exactly who you want to represent you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to hold that part of it as like the benefit, but all I can see is that this like ship would be rocking back and forth constantly. It's like, who's in power this week, or this afternoon?
Does it matter? How often does it change? I guess would be my question.
It's real time. You can change it in real time. But in Arkology, we only vote once per year, so it's once per year.
Okay. But as we know with like the presidency, because they can only be in power for 4 years, all the change needs to be made within those first 2 years. So isn't that like not enough to actually make good change happen?
Well, liquid democracy is real time. So, like, if I don't like Trump tomorrow, I could remove my vote from Trump, and he would have one less vote.
Okay.
Well, actually, Trump's not in Congress, so he doesn't count. But I mean, my congressman, I could remove. I could remove my vote from my congressman, and I could give it to someone who I like better,
Yeah.
like John Stewart or something like that.
Once a year or anytime you want?
Anytime you want.
Okay.
And in Arkology, you get 3 votes instead of 1, so it's more fun. You get instead of like most implementations of liquid democracy, you get 1 vote. But Arkology, I was like, oh well, why don't we do 3? It sounds more fun. So then I did 3.
So does that mean you can endorse 2 people and still keep a vote yourself?
Yes. Yep. You can get endorsed 2 and keep 1.
Okay.
Or if someone endorses you, you can endorse 3 and keep 1.
Yeah. Otherwise, it defaults to a vote strength of 3?
Yeah, 3 is the default. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool. Very like mind stretching just because of how not that we've been.
Yeah, it's so different than what we have.
It's like popularity as a infrastructure. Like, yeah, it's almost just like what do they call those things on TV? The ratings? The ratings? It's like
Right.
we're riding on the ratings.
I saw a post by Bernie Sanders, and he said, "Vote for so and so." Some person you never heard of. You don't know what they believe, and he forgot to list what district she was in. So you're like, I don't know what district she's in. Like, how am I supposed to vote for her? And I have to. The only way I can vote for her is if I coincidentally am in that district. Like, what a stupid system. And this is a senate, like a very popular, influential senator who's screwing this up, and they can't coordinate people voting for one candidate in one district.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in liquid democracy, everyone's always running for Congress. It's like, I just asked Serena what her resident number is. She told me, and I was able to vote for her, and then she won my vote. Like, there's no election. She doesn't have to campaign. She doesn't have to win the election. She doesn't have to be in my district. She just gives me her res number, and now I voted for her, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Would there be campaigning at all?
Yeah, you would just be like, hey, like, endorse me. This is my res number. And then you would give reasons why. You'd be like, because I'm cool and I believe this, this, and this.
Okay.
But there's no districts, which is huge. That's like a really big deal. And then in order to even be on the ballot, you need to get like 3,000 signatures or some crazy number like that. And then they restrict the signature gathering time period to like 2 weeks in the middle of winter. So you have to get 3,000 strangers to sign a piece of paper within 2 weeks in the middle of winter just to get on the ballot. And then once you get on the ballot, you're going to end up losing because you can't get on TV because no one has invested in your campaign. And it's all bullshit. The whole system's bullshit. And all you want to do is change that one thing. You're running for office because you have like one idea that you want to get across and one idea you want to implement. And you have to, in order to actually get that idea implemented, that has to happen in every single district on the entire country at the same time with 300 different people.
Yeah. Does anything prevent or disqualify somebody from getting a large backing? Is there any exclusions?
I don't know. Not in Arkology.
Like criminal record for any certain things or?
Yeah, maybe if you go to jail for a felony or something.
Okay.
But right now, no. There's no restriction.
Is it corruptible in any way that you can foresee?
Just people voting poorly, or people lying. So in most implementations of liquid democracy, people are voting throughout the year. It's a legislature voting throughout the year. In Arkology, the legislature only votes once per year, so they could lie for that year and then vote in a way that they were lying about. And then all those people, even if they change their liquid democracy representation, the vote has already happened, so it's already too late. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll
Could
be
it
right
be
back.
corruptible? Okay.
1 second.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Maybe you know this, Chris. Like, is it possible that someone could coerce their way into power? Could you force a large group of people somehow to follow you without that being known? Or to okay. Is there rules against monetizing that, like financial incentive for endorsement? Okay. Okay. And then the other things I'm thinking about is just, I guess you know what it does? It kind of puts the collective and the opinions and persuasions of the collective on display, right? In a more condensed form. Because how many people, I'm going to use like Andrew Tate as an example, right, of an archetype. How many endorsements go to somebody like Andrew Tate? Well, that tells us where the heads of many of those people in the collective are at, right? They want things that someone like Andrew Tate would lobby for or would usher in. Whereas how many people are endorsing like, the Dalai Lama or uh, something in the interest of peace, right? We'd really be able to see. It's like putting it on a game board. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they skirt the laws. The members of Scientology sell themselves into slavery. Know a little bit about their lore, but I'm not an expert. No. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, it's bad news. What is the Thetan, though? How do they prove ghosts?
Is it like a metal? Is it like a copper metal bar or something? This reminds me of like allergy testing at the naturopath. So like, I wonder. I don't know. It just sounds kind of funny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sheba.
Shiva or Kali? Oh. Maybe we are.
Yeah, dude, I'm trying.
What?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Arkology, like mana.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like those
Have you
videos
ever
we
heard
watch.
of floating cities on Venus with balloons? Because Venus has a super heavy atmosphere.
Hmm. But could you even breathe in the atmosphere there, though? Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Is anyone up for one more chapter or not really?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's
I
go.
kind of missed the bit of the discussion, the last one you guys were having. This is walking the cat and the dog, but I'm here for this one.
How about number of political systems?
Does it matter?
What
Why is it
chapter
not?
we read?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant. Never mind.
That's the title of the chapter, number of political systems.
Sure.
Okay, 53. We often hear about left versus right and socialism versus capitalism. Two political systems in constant ideological battle with each other. But what makes a society socialist or capitalist? Let's define the terms. Socialism, the government take over and ownership of all corporations and property. Capitalism, shareholder ownership of corporations and absolute private property rights. There has to be shades of gray, right? There has to be more than two political systems. Black and white thinking is so dangerous. It causes extremism, political violence, division, and anger. Republican and Democrat and the two-party system don't help. Political campaigns often use inflammatory and black and white language about how we are in an ideological war for the fate of the country, causing mental illness and possibly a breakdown of civil society if people keep moving to all or nothing extremes of socialism versus capitalism. In this essay, we explore the shades of gray. For example, where does Social Security fall in the socialism versus capitalism debate? Surely it is socialist, but you can have socialism, you can have Social Security and capitalism? Yes, of course. The same goes for universal basic income. It is redistribution, but is it pure socialism? Is the government taking ownership of all corporations? No. So you can have constant redistribution of wealth in UBI and capitalism at the same time. Let's make it a little more confusing. What if workers took over the corporations? Is that socialism? Well, no, the government isn't owning the corporation, the workers are. But the shareholders are not, so it isn't capitalism either. Then what is it? It's worker ownership. What if we have partial worker ownership and partial shareholder ownership? A hybrid economy? Exactly what is... Oh, this is actually outdated. I got rid of this in the future. Exactly what is proposed later in this book by the Articles of Syndication. A syndicate is a business term meaning a group of individuals or organizations combined to promote some common interest. Well, there is no commonly used name for it, which is why the title, The Articles of Syndication, was created. There are simply too many political systems and not enough labels. But how many exactly? Here we will do some math. If you have 3 policies with 2 choices in each policy, you have 2 to the 3rd power, or 8 different choices available to you. If you have 5 policies with 3 choices per policy, you have 3 to the 5th, or 243 different choices. Therefore, we can make this chart. Here's the chart right here. Y policies, 5, 10, 20. X variations in each policy, 2, 3, and 4. So you can exponentially multiply these out. A reasonable assumption for potential political systems is 10 fundamental policies with 3 choices each. 3 to the 10th power, or 59,000 different political systems. Far more than the 2 choices we are so often faced with. In order to choose the best one, you have to look at every policy independently. For that, you need direct democracy. And that's the end of the chapter.
That was short.
Yeah, only 2 pages. 59,000 different political systems. If you had 4 variations of each policy and 20 policies, you would have 1 trillion different political systems.
Hmm.
I bet there is. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Hmm.
They probably had a 2-party system.
Hmm. What is a two-party system? What does that mean?
It's Republican or Democrat. You have 2 choices.
Oh.
You only get 2 choices, and they all believe in all kinds of bullshit. Each choice believes in all kinds of nonsense.
I think here in Canada it's a bit different. It's about seats in Parliament.
Yeah, you have like 4 parties, I think.
Yeah. Multi-party system. So we're not stuck to 2, but there's always 2, big contenders, and then the rest are kind of
Yeah.
fringe.
I think people vote those two because they're trying to kind of counteract each other's. Like, I know whenever I talk to people that are older than me that have been voting for a long time, they're always like, oh, well, we've got to vote to, I don't know, like offset the other votes, sort of. And hmm, 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 hmm. 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 Yeah. We had the green the Green Party like got elected in um Vancouver. Good. They what? Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. Mm. Oh, well. Mm.
Did you want to do a theology chapter to wrap it up?
Sure.
How about faith without works is dead? It's 1 page.
Yeah, let's do that. That's been coming up for me, kind of.
Faith without what?
Works.
Okay.
Here we go. Creatrix, you want to read it?
I actually don't have my phone in my hand right now.
Oh, dang. Okay, I'll read it.
Sorry.
One of the core beliefs of Protestantism dedicated to the phrase saved by faith alone. They do not need to do any works towards the kingdom of God. No charity work, no missionary work, especially no tithing. For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith. And this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. That's Ephesians 2, 8-9. Then here's another verse. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? James 2:14. Where would the church be without works? Alternatively, where would the United States be without works? All achievement, whether good or evil, requires action. Arkology requires action, requires works. The intellectual manifestation of Arkology from 2017 to 2026 was great work, laying the groundwork. The title of Overcomer requires works. The title of Christ requires great works. So why would a resident of Arkology not require works? Why would membership in the church not require works? Whether it is tithing or showing up to church or volunteering, the church would be impotent if it were missing any one of those. The construction of Arkology is the clearest definition of work. 3,000 laborers would take 3,000 years per Arkology. So got a little bit of math here. Total estimated hexagons, man hours per hexagons, man years for the whole city, 9,200 years. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. James 2:26. That's the whole chapter. It's 1 page.
I didn't know that about Protestantism. That's interesting.
Yeah, saved by faith alone. They say that a lot.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I can't see it being sustainable either if we all just believed that we didn't have to do anything about our salvation. But I mean,
Right.
people who do argue against it say, well, we don't do it to be saved, we do it because we are saved. And okay, like if everybody is of that same mindset and they're going to give willingly, cool, that would apply. But is that what we see, or do we see people just thinking that they're carrying a get out of jail free card?
It's an interesting way of looking at it, yeah.
It's kind of selfish too, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say so. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't feel fucking saved, man. Like, what does that even mean? Anyway.
Do you mean you feel like you have not been rescued out of here? Like you're still where you don't want
Saved from what? You know? That means a lot of different things for a lot of different people, I think.
well, in general, they're talking about like the covenant with Jesus, that your salvation is like
Sorry.
your salvation rides under like Jesus's authority when you are counted among his. So it doesn't mean that you're gonna be ejected out of here as soon as you sign a covenant with him, but that in the end, when it matters, you're covered.
In the end. But I feel like it matters now. I have a life now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mahat.
Yeah.
Maat.
Yeah. I thought it was a hippo.
Hippomotogator.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think life is short. It's best to try to live as healthy as possible. Make life as long as you can, as good as you can. If you have the resources to help others, help others. Simple, you know. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need to hear more on communitarianism, if it's official. Is that an official thing, or are we just calling it that?
What is? Sorry?
Okay.
Hmm.
So I think I have to choose between these two chapters. War, a contagion of mental illness, or might makes right when evil conquers reason. They're very related, but I think I only have to choose one of them.
Well,
To
they
read
do
from?
sound very related. Like
No,
you're gonna leave one,
I need to write them. They're not written yet.
and you-
They're very connected, yeah.
yeah, they are.
That's a good idea, right? Okay.
What are they called? Sorry, what are these? I missed them.
Chapters he's writing.
These are chapters that I need to write. They're on the docket.
Like war could fall under a chapter on might,
Hmm.
because it's a little more umbrella than specific war, I suppose, because you're going to talk about other themes under that.
Hmm.
Could also write it the other way, where might falls under a chapter on war. You could really, it's only a few pages, right?
So I got my 12 chapters right here. In the side chat right there. No, because I'm going from 60 chapters to 72 chapters. I need to go from 60 to 72, and then from 180 pages to 216 pages. Exactly.
Is that something that was inspired somehow?
There's a chapter based on base 6 numerology. So 216 is 6 to the third. And 72 is 12 times 6.
Right, okay.
In the version we're currently reading, I have 60 chapters in 180 pages. So 60 times 3, 180 makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And then 72 times 3 is 216.
There you go.
It's my my schizo. I'm trying to make it very schizo. My schizo tendencies. My schizo
trying to make
OCD.
What?
He said he's trying to make it very schizo.
Yeah.
Why?
I think there's a lot of beauty in schizophrenia.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, that's possible.
Hmm.
I think that's true. There's a lot of I think serotonin too. I get a lot of serotonin. The feeling that like everything is connected, and
Everything is connected though.
that's true. That's a really good point.
So maybe the problem is actually more so society has compartmentalized and dissected things, you know? And, yeah. I think schizophrenic people are maybe victims of some kind of traumatic social pressuring.
Metal box.
What's the metal box for? Oh. Yeah. All those negative charged ions are nice. Stormy weather. Mm.
What's that? Inside of a hexagon. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, what's behind that? Mm-hmm.
I can see that. You know what I think about when I hear about like new things being built though is like how Cairo is like built over like ancient cities and we can never learn about them because they're
They've been built on top of. Yeah. Yeah. And then, like, the new religion is Islam, right? It's not what the ancient Egyptians' religion was, so, like, they don't really care. Like, Siwa, yeah. Yeah, they're still, yeah, exactly. That's, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as long as people have, like, their own religion that's newer, they won't really care about the older histories. I feel like they're just looking to confirm their own stuff. So anything that shows evidence otherwise will be discredited. And then we don't actually get to know about real human history, just the ideological stories. I don't know. Like, yeah, yeah. Like, I do think new structures are important, but I think we have to do it delicately and, like, make sure we do it in areas where, yeah, true. Are they Japanese? Mm, I don't think so. How come? Kowloon, walled city in Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, Kowloon is amazing.
Is that the one that they had to rip down?
They tore it down, yeah.
Why is it amazing?
Because it was a 3D city.
Um, I wonder what was wrong with it. Oh, that's weird.
It was leaking. It leaked water. So when it rained, like, you would get water dripping on you.
Xiaoshan Technology City? That's got to be fake. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks so strange. Weird. Oh my god. Just, it looks horrible. Yeah. I'm throwing it in the side chat.
I gotta write so many chapters tomorrow. I got so many to do.
Hope it goes well.
I got 7
Good
more
job.
to write. 7 more chapters.
For the book we've been reading?
I'm going from 60 chapters, the book we've been reading, to 70 chapters, a new book.
All in one day? Does it need to be done that quickly?
No, that's not done in one day. It's just probably over the course of like 2 weeks or so.
He's doing a couple chapters a day right now.
Well,
Oh yeah, we talked about watching Hamilton because he writes like he's Hamilton. And
Yeah.
an actual date for that.
Non-stop!
Yeah, the man is not stop.
have you both seen it?
I've never seen it.
He's just created like AI music based on the soundtrack enough that he's got it in his mind.
I know like 3 scenes.
Neat. Whoops.
So Claude is saying that instead of conscripting males, we should conscript everyone who's not raising a child under the age of 5.
Claude is saying that.
Yeah, Claude is saying that because he's saying conscripting males is sexist.
But what if you're against war? And then you go kill yourself because you don't want to be part of that.
Oh, no, this is for building the Ark. It's not for war.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, this is for building the city. It's conscription for building the city.
I see. That's okay.
And instead of 5, should we do 5 or should we do 10 for the age of the child?
Well, does that mean that 5-year-olds are going to, or 10-year-olds are going to be helping build?
No. You're liable to build the Ark if your child is over 5 years old or 10 years old. So if you're a woman and you have a 6-year-old, you're liable. If you're a woman, you have a 5-year-old, you're not liable.
I think that's bad because when your kids are teenagers, they need more support and care. There's going to be a lot of emotional neglect if the child is not getting their needs met in their preteen years, and then they're going to turn to bad habits and substances.
It's
What
only
does it
6
mean?
hours a week.
It's only 6 hours a week. Okay, and you're not going away.
Yeah, you're in the same city. Yeah.
Oh. I'm thinking.
1 day a week, 6 hours.
I don't know.
Is it not enough to say that one person from the household could be contributing like you do with everything else. It seems to be that you just have one adult contributor for every household.
Yeah, that could be fair too.
Hmm. But are those people still working? Because they're still living in the old society.
No, they'd be living in the new society and helping building it at the same time.
Oh,
So only 2 days a week they're working. This makes it 3.
Yeah,
I
this would make it 3, right?
okay, that sounds more reasonable. Yeah. Then yeah, maybe over. I would say over 5. Yeah. What if they're homeschooling their kids though? I'm trying to think of like every kind of possible, difficulty.
Yeah, I think it's manageable if it's one adult per household, 1 6-hour shift.
Mm-hmm. Now, what if they're single parents? Like, some people are insane and they decide that, like, oh, I can raise a child on my own. I don't need a man. Crazy. Anyway, what about those people? Are they still required and conscripted?
If their child's over 5 years old, I would say yes. So maybe you want to make it 10. The age of like self-sufficiency for 11, 12.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, definitely 10.
My remaining chapters are really strong. They're really good. I like the ideas. They're pretty nice.
Are you using AI to write them, or?
I've used AI for 7 chapters out of 60 so far.
Oh wow,
So a little over 10%.
that's really good.
For the remaining chapters, sometimes I get lazy and I just ask AI to write a chapter, and if it does a good job, I just take it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it works. But if I'm really have a lot to say on the topic, I'll write it myself, and then I have AI look for problems with it.
That sounds like a good option. But you're relying more on your own knowledge.
Yeah. My writing style is a lot denser than AI. So like
Mm-hmm.
AI will spend 5 sentences explaining something that I could explain in 2,
Hmm.
oftentimes.
Interesting. Well, thanks for teaching us about this tonight.
Yeah, this was really interesting.
I feel like
The
it's been
future dream.
interesting. Well, yeah.
I think it's important just to remember that there are other ways that things could be, and so to
Mm-hmm.
explore them and go into detail about them that are not the ones we're used to thinking about. And I think it's good for us to do that
Mm-hmm.
and
Absolutely,
understand
yeah.
this. Yeah.
And there's enough of us that this system has failed. So, it's really good to have other options. We band together to make it happen. Because a lot of people get like attached to what they have and they don't want to make changes, but we don't necessarily have those attachments quite with that, do we?
It's kind of like the same way that we need to stretch our minds so that we're not so worried about AI taking our jobs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We have learned to
Yeah.
equate losing our jobs as like losing our livelihood, but that's not necessarily what that means.
Yeah. Was it you that was it you that posted like the video of like I think it was like an older man, and he was saying like how humans are about to like fall back in love with like the imperfection, like
Yeah.
I really loved that. And I remember Sadhguru, people were talking about this like 10 years ago or something, maybe 15 years ago. And they were talking about like automation and robotics and like in the workplace, and he was like, and they were like, taking factory jobs and stuff, and he was saying like, humans have not really spent a lot of time thinking about, they've been so busy working and all of this stuff that they haven't really had the time to put, to kind of come together and put a good thought in towards like what kind of humans are we creating, what kind of human beings are we producing in the world. And I really liked that. And he was saying that with the advent of these automated systems like AI and the robotics and stuff, he said that'll allow for people to actually, he said he believed basically that we would be able to, it would be required that we would need a basic income, and then there would be less, like our tax dollars could go more towards these automation systems that we all wanted. People wouldn't be stuck in factories, and we would be actually caring and considering more about what kind of humans are we creating and producing and putting out into the world. And so, yeah, I don't know, I just that stuck with me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And he was saying he thought it was like a good future for humanity because we would start to spend more time with our families and our neighbors and start to kind of slow down again. And yeah, it was like the Industrial Revolution kind of after World War I and II kind of took us from that track, which we used to always live in for since the beginning of time, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have so much knowledge on trauma and mental health and recovery, and if we can come together and support one another better, I think that breaks down barriers, and it maybe dissolves egos too, and allows us to have more of a humble spiritual existence with one another, rather than like, oh, I've got the fancy car, and I don't know, I'm going to team up with this person who's a fancy in-ground pool and this person that goes on vacation. Like, you know what I mean? Like the haves and the haves not kind of grouping together. It might, give space for a little more sharing the resources around. I don't know.
And I like the idea of the model we just saw where, say, 3 families share amenities. So you're able to have higher amenities because it's 1/3 of the cost.
Yeah. Which I also think would foster like a higher level of respect too, because people are going to be like really taking care of what they have because it's shared,
Yeah.
Though I didn't experience that when I was living with roommates, but I do believe it's possible.
So I wonder, like, if
especially if it's not a temporary thing, like, I'm only going to be here for 4 months or.
Right. I wonder though, it's a good model for a family to buy a full commune like that, and then one of the other 3 floors is reserved for their children to grow into.
Like their kids would move upstairs or something, eh?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
like maybe you have rent units out of them at the beginning, and you live in one. But then, as your first child comes of age, they take their floor over.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be really cool. I like that.
Can we have rental units in Arkology?
Yeah, whatever. Sure.
Whatever, sure. Okay.
No
is-
one will
is
know
every
if
member
it's
of the
family. No one will know.
What do you mean?
So landlords are technically banned, but if no one reports you,
Oh.
no one will know.
Funny. He's like, go ahead, break the laws. It's all good. Nobody's gonna know.
How does that work? Are you a dictator?
No. So in the property ledger, so the property ledger is on the website, and it only allows 2 properties per person. So, it's like 1 for your residence and 1 for your business, basically. And you're not allowed more than that.
Well,
Oh, you can't own the 3-level thing yourself?
That'd be 3 units, so probably not.
I really like though what Creatrix mentioned. Like that seems really like good and important.
Oh, okay. Here's
Per
how you can
unit,
do it.
so
What?
How you could. There's a loophole, I think. So say Hope and Traveling Through Time, you guys are a married couple. So one of the units belongs to Hope, one of them belongs to Traveling, and the other one you put in your business. And then you own 3, and the other 2 are ready for your children to move into. Does that work?
yeah, that would work. Yeah.
Is my chewing loud? Sorry.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
That's good that loophole is possible for those who can pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it's a nice concept, securing the future feels good.
Yeah, that's what I try to do. This book is really incredible. Like when it really was released in January, it was not this good.
But you thought it was the best thing ever already, didn't you? In January.
Yeah, I thought it was the best thing ever. It's
Just better.
I've added gotta be like a lot of chapters. I don't even know.
So, what is the timeline for the archaeology project?
So anytime we're ready to go. We basically just need land, funding, and residence. And we can start with the seed of the ark.
But it's not archaeology, right? Sorry, archaeology. It's Arkology.
Yeah, Arkology with an ARK.
Yeah, okay. We should mention as new speakers come on board that this is being recorded. Is that still correct? We're still being recorded?
Chris?
Is Chris?
Maybe he fell asleep.
I think he was recording for YouTube. And if anybody does not want to be recorded anymore, we could always, if the event is wrapped up, the event portion, we could take the conversation to one of the lounges. If Chris is asleep and recording.
I like a lot of it. I like how much you've invested in researching different topics, which seem like my attention span couldn't handle. But
Yeah, it's been many
obviously it's
years.
needed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember you like first talking about this in like 2021 or 2022.
Oh, damn, dude, where are you from?
I'm from the Round Table Temple Mount server. From way
Oh,
back
Temple
when.
Mount. Okay, yeah. It's been a while, yeah.
So as much as I think this is a good idea, you probably also need to include a timeline, so like you're able to like hit the milestones you want.
Yeah, there's a chapter that says history of archaeology in the book, and it's like only 2 pages, but it covers a lot of the main points. If I wanted to document every single little change that happened, then it would probably be like 20 pages.
Wow.
Or more than that, probably more than that.
Well, that's why ships have like a detailed captain's log.
Could we crowdfund it? Like somehow?
Craft what?
Crowdfunding.
Oh, crowdfunding. Yeah. So on the website there we actually sell bonds, construction bonds. And you can buy construction bonds right now with Bitcoin Cash on the website. And then it automatically pays you out every single month in Bitcoin Cash for buying bonds.
But we don't have money to invest in, starting to build now. A lot of us.
So how would the crowdfunding work?
I was thinking, I thought crowdfunding was like GoFundMe, things like that.
Angel investors.
Yeah, I gotta hit up my local credit unions and just give them a book. Here, I'll show you the book actually right now. So this is
I had $1,000. Sorry.
This is a coffee table book. It's in the side chat right now.
Coffee table. It's a little slow to open, but
Yeah, there's a lot of photographs.
man, you put so much work on this. Oh my gosh. Where's that pool with the geodesic dome over it?
Where? Oh, that's version 1. That's 2017. That's old news.
Okay, but are there places like that in the Ark?
Yeah, you can do that, yeah.
So he's like selling the
That's really
base,
good.
like idea of it essentially, Hope. And then it's meant to be customizable so that anybody purchasing one or building one can make
Mhm.
it their own. Like, so if it was a sanctuary arc, right, we could
Okay.
decide that we wanted extra
Oh.
pools and
Mhm.
whatever leisure areas, we want those to be different. And we can just customize the model to fit us.
Could we also customize different ideas as I'm looking through here? Like I'm looking through the images and stuff. Could we also customize things like incandescent bulbs and as opposed to LEDs or like a bit of both, like LEDs, full spectrum light in the morning, red light in the evening, like a place to make our own candles, bees on the roof, like beehives.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there anything in that list that would be a problem within an Arkology travel?
No, not really.
Ooh. What's this very planty looking place? Ishka, where's your ball? Go get it. Like,
Which one?
I'm looking on, Druidic Garden. Of course I stopped at this
Okay.
one.
Yeah, that's an interior.
Um,
So this is like growing for food, yeah? It looks epic.
You would need artificial light to sustain those plants. Yeah.
That's okay. Very cool.
Is planning to go out?
No, we just came in. And not long ago, he's just wanting to play with the ball.
Oh, cute.
He's just wagging his tail and whining, so I keep throwing it for him.
Cute.
Yeah. Right here. Wait, the Druidic Garden is actually a suite. People live in them.
That's
that
a
right?
residence, yeah.
Large kitchen.
It has 3 trees inside of your living room. That's how big it is.
Oh my goodness.
3 trees and a hot tub.
Oh my gosh.
2 turntables and a microphone.
$12 miscellaneous.
Yeah, what's cool is each hexagon is huge, so you have a lot of room to work with. It really opens up the possibilities of floor plans and how beautiful you can make things.
The New Jerusalem. $2026.
$2026 works for me.
Very cool.
Yeah, the last page explains the energy efficiency in very clear terms. It should probably be on the first page, but I kind of screwed up the order on this one.
Is that the city of today and tomorrow and today?
Yeah, the city of tomorrow today. The 3rd and 4th paragraph explain the energy efficiency.
Hmm. Shh. Shh. Sorry. I wonder too if you built this, say, somewhere where they have like geothermal heating, if you could use, whatever is available depending on where you build.
Yeah, absolutely. We would put solar panels in the desert and then send the electricity to the city generally. And if the desert's too far away, we would probably just put solar panels over like a rural area.
But doesn't it have outside walls, the Ark?
Yeah, but it's not enough energy for the solar panels. It's not enough area.
What about, like windmills? If you're in that, like where I am, right? There's the possibility of windmill use. If you're in a place, have room for that.
Yeah, you need a lot of electricity, so the electricity would be shipped in, a lot like the food. The food would be shipped in, and the electricity would be shipped in.
And I'm just thinking, like, what if you incorporated, like, the natural, like we talked about, like, the farming, right? What if you incorporated, how there's those kinetic roads and stuff that people are using now?
What do you mean kinetic road? I don't know what you mean.
So they have these, like, things where they put these, like, I don't know, I want to call it like a spring, but it's not a spring. But basically, every time a car drives over it, it generates electricity, like it generates energy, or people run on those paths and it. Mhm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And there's like biking and like they put them under the biking and walking and jogging trails now as well. So I wondered if like you incorporated like outside of the city, if you had like trails, like walking trails and things like this, but then some roads, right? So if people want to like leave and say go to the beach for the day or whatever, go visit another person in another arc, there could be like this space between, say, one arc and another arc where you have roads and walking trails and biking trails and stuff where people can commute whether they want to take a long time, and they can do that like on a bike or walking, or they can drive on the road. There could be like farms along the way, camping sites, different things like that. But they can be kinetic, and then also you could have like more solar or water power if there's like rivers or streams, with the water turbines and small wind turbines, like optimizing kind of the space between one arc and another, maybe.
Yeah, I think solar is just the way to go. It's just solar is pretty much the best. What's really cool is you could have like horses and cows graze the grass that grows around the solar panels.
That'd be cool.
And then you can plant flowers underneath the solar panels, and then the bees will pollinate the flowers.
Could we also do horse and buggy if we wanted to, or horseback?
Yeah, absolutely, sure.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
we can have horses. Yeah, you'd probably have like a waiting period to like go horseback routing, but it'd be available.
I mean, I'm okay
yeah.
with a donkey. They're smaller. Donkeys, just
So,
as
like,
good as riding a horse.
Yeah, there'd be like a horse ranch right outside of the city, and then you would schedule your horseback riding for like Tuesday at 6 p.m., you know?
No, I mean, like, could I ride around on my donkey in the ark?
I think poop is a problem.
Okay, but what if you said you got LED lights? So what if we replace some of those hallway LED lights with some of the green LED, like the grow light LEDs, and then along the walking paths between the houses, we just grow like little garden flowers, like in Florida. You know how like some of the hotels that open up to like the pool area, like the courtyard, they have those little garden spaces to kind of separate like the walking paths that go to each of the rooms. What?
Atrium.
Yeah, you could do that like along the hallways, and then the poop just gets swept to the side if we have like street cleaner.
Yeah, maybe. The smell is
Or like a Roomba that just goes around and yeah.
Oh my god.
But
Can we
it's
make it
not sucking like a vacuum. It's sweeping.
Yeah.
But horse poo is like.
But then
I
what are
think
you
your
going to
donkey
feed
has
the
to have a
horses if
diaper.
they're inside the city?
What?
If the horse is inside the city, how is it going to eat?
I'll take them up to the roots.
Yeah, the apple trees are growing outside the walls. I mean, you could maybe get some tiny apples with LEDs or something.
Maybe.
It's hard to beat sunlight though with intensity, light intensity.
Mhm. I gotta go make a call before it gets too late, guys. I will pop back around. Just make sure anybody comes in. If we're still recording, just let them know. Okay?
Bye, creatures.
Bye.
Bye, Yosemite. Thanks, bye.
I might head to bed here. It's been like almost 4 hours. Yeah, go for it. Whatever you want. It's up to you, man. I only know one of those. A song like this before. You've sang a few times.
Let's hear it.
We tuned in, hearts aligned up.
I thought that was actually the song what you guys were singing. I was like, what is this? Ready.
We tuned in, hearts aligned, our chords to hum. We're strumming through the midnight, see what we've become. In these solfeggio frequencies we find the place. A melody in fig 8, we won the race. The drum beats, the synth lines, they resonate. With deep resonant echoes, we feel the fate. Never knew we could make a sound like this before. Never had a frequency that opened up the door. Music in our souls, it touches to the core. A sound like this before. Connected through the vagus nerve, we're tuned so fine. Each note we play ignites a spark we can't define. With lucidity and pressure waves, we ride the beat. The mindless touch, it brings the warmth, the heat. The Sega sounds, the melody that feels so true. In every chord we feel, we know just what to do. I never knew we could make a sound like this before. Never had a frequency that opened up the door. Music in our souls, it touches to the core. A sound like this before. Harmony, it's more than just a song. With every beat we know we're right where we belong. In this rhythm, in this tune, we find our peace. A sound like this, it brings a sweet release. I never knew we could make a sound like this before. Never had a frequency that opened up the door. Music in our souls, it touches to the core. A sound like this before.
Woo.
Wow, that was really good. I had the audio hooked, synced up to you.
I like some of the lyrics in that.
Yeah, it's a good song.
What's Udio? Okay. Hmm. Interesting. Right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm headed to bed. It's almost midnight.
Good night. Thanks for sharing.
Yep. Thank you for listening and learning so much.
Yeah, thank you.
My passion is education, so this is a big deal.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad to be here.
Excellent. All right, see ya.
Good night. I'm okay. I don't think Dawson said anything.
I said a little bit, but I don't need to
Oh.
be credited.
Yeah, it was more traveling thingy.